Yo, whatever you do, if you come across any soul being out here, this is for all of you out here. Speak upon a lot of good things into another soul being's existence so every soul being can live where they desire to live and actually strive with a lot of soulful vibrational happiness to create a lot of soulful vibrational realities in this damn multiverse. Because for real, bro, let me tell you something, man. There's be a lot of hating ass individuals that literally be speaking bad upon other soul beings' existence, and it'd be the reason why a lot of soul beings have not been able to live where they would desire to live and pursue the things that they would like to pursue. Because think about it. If any of you soul beings have not been able to pursue what you would have liked to pursue because of in hating ass Jezebel spirits that would downplay your goals and all this shit and stop you from trying to like live where you would like to live or pursue a reality that you are pushing to create, it's because of these Jezebel spirit, aka slave owner narcissists, aka bitch ass, hoe ass crackers, hoe ass bitches, hoe ass niggas, which is another translation for Jezebel spirits, are the reason why a lot of soul beings don't live where they would desire to live and be around the soul beings they would desire to be around. And, I'm definitely a one example out of every single soul being in this group right here. So I'm saying, like, speak upon a lot of good things into a soul being's existence in this group and in soul beings that's outside of this group that you haven't met yet or you have met, so they can actually live where they desire to live and pursue the goals that they were desire to pursue to create into a lot of these soulful vibrational realities to destroy these soulless vibrational artificial realities that was made by these Jezebel demonic spirit slave owners, man. Because this shit is real serious, man. Like, seriously, bro. Like, literally, the voice alone, you don't even need to see my appearance to feel this shit. My voice alone will show you my presence and show you my all seeing, my heart and soul, eye power. So we need to do that for real, because this shit is nerve wracking for real. Because it's too many soulful vibrational beings. When Tyra told about her situation, like going to like Portland, Oregon, and it got pushed back in Tallahassee, Florida, with these soulless vibrational beings that are Jezebel spirits holding her back from getting to Portland, Oregon, man. That's the whole reason why I'm talking, like, why soul beings, everything's more difficult for these soulful vibrational beings than it is for these people who are soulless vibrational privileged Jezebel demonic people, because Jezebel demonic spirits are privileged ass motherfuckers who basically can do anything as they please, versus the soulful vibrational beings who can't really do as many things as they please out here. So like I'm telling you all, man, like speak a lot of good upon a lot of soulful vibrational beings. That's for every soulful vibrational being who got labeled conspiracy theorist or got labeled otherworldly person that's beyond comprehension. Speak a lot of good into these soulful vibrational beings' existence besides yourself, so that way all soulful vibrational beings can live where they desire to live and actually pursue a lot of things that they would desire to pursue, so they can break a lot of these soulful vibrational realities. And I'm speaking for all soulful vibrational beings.
I agree that we should all be paying attention to what we're saying and how we're saying it. As you know, there's times where even you show me like, hey, this word means this. And if you're using it, you're putting that type of context out into the universe, and that's what's going to come back to you. So for me, I think like that anyway, so I don't take it by offense. Some people, they get mad when you try to tell them something or give them a different perspective, a new way of looking at something. And it's like, okay, why would you argue against a new perspective? Like, if you can't jump on different angles and see things from a different direction, how are you looking at yourself? Like, you obviously cannot see yourself if you're not checking your angles. You get what I'm saying? So if you ain't even checking the angles of yourself, how do we expect people to get on different angles of understanding to gain a different perspective from a different vantage point so they can see a clearer picture. So, I ain't got time to be arguing with nobody, when it comes to stuff like that. But I, for one, can receive that correction and take it and use it to better my own existence, because my objective is to create a desired environment around myself, mentally, physically, psychologically, emotionally, spiritually, you know what I'm saying, metaphysically, me all the way around. So I'm always looking for new ways to create that space. And if the words that I'm using projects out and come back to me, then that's exactly what I wanted it to do, using positivity, not negativity. So I move the negativity to the side and I take the positivity and I create my own existence. No one can say for me what is good or best for me, but what we can do as a unit, as a whole, as universal people, beings, as beings, spiritual beings here having a human experience. If we all get on one mind and focus on the same things at the same time, do you know that we could create out of the air, out of the energy, out of everything right, and bring together something so powerful and something so great? But we have to unite. We can't do it separately. So yeah, we should be, affirming and confirming one another with positive affirmations, celebrating as if it's already here in existence, because what we create in the heavens above, we shall have here on earth. We read those things, we hear those things, and we interpret those things, but we don't really believe those things, because if that was true, if we really believed it, we would be doing better as a people. I understand this and I believe this because I wouldn't be able to say it if I didn't. I'm talking about a collective whole, understanding the same thing. People so busy arguing over religion and arguing over dogma and arguing over scientific perspectives and statistics and all these things that don't even matter. It came from nothing, so it can't matter. But the people's minds is focused on what does not matter rather than what does matter. And that's self. We matter. We are matter. Therefore, we matter. And the more we matter together, the thicker we become, the stronger we become, just like the locks of our hair. So I'm almost at 5 minutes. I'm running my mouth, but you need to understand, I could go. Shoot. But yeah, you right. You know what? I can feel that, as far as not allowing myself to be creative and not focusing on people that are going to downplay it anyway. It doesn't matter. So I appreciate you, because you are actually like giving me like that extra push that I need to build up on my confidence, because I'm like, man, I'm not good enough to be trying to, you know what I'm saying? And then I be like, man, I know got all the way up in this age of trying to, and it's all because of something somebody had said to me, to make me not want to try. But I feel it's in my soul. I can't let it go. I can't, just like I got the dance. I don't care if I do the same dance the whole goddamn song. I had to get that out of my soul. it's praise and worship in my dance. It's praise and it's worship in my words. And I have to be able to express myself. And so I appreciate you opening me up to releasing the way that it's creative for me to allow my story to be heard, or not my story so much because it's my heart, it's my soul. You know what I'm saying? It's what's in my mind. So it's a release. It's a good release. And I really do appreciate, everything that you're doing to help me along this journey. And it's very interesting, that's for sure. It's very interesting. I'm intrigued daily, or every time because I couldn't even lay down. I wanted to lay down and just not be bothered and not do nothing all day today. But then it just popped up into my head. One damn phrase. Have you ever closed your mind to open your eyes? And I couldn't let it go. I was like, I'm finna write this down because I'm finna see. And then I was like, hold on 1 minute. What this is he sent me? And it was the She Ready track. So when I heard the music, I was like, oh, hold on. Now I might be able to put that to that. And so I wrote that down real quick. And then I was like, okay, man, I don't know how that sounds. That sounds like maybe I need to come up with some more words. And I was like, no, I'm just going to repeat it because I need to get the message across for what I was trying to say. It ain't a story. This is a goddamn what it is. And I don't know. It's a poem. So anyway, I just want to share that. I appreciate you and I thank you. I'm having fun. I'm having fun right now, but to get to this point right here took me some time. Like literally, it took me all day to get to the point to want to write I couldn't let it go once it hit my mind like it did. I was like, I got to write that down. I started getting shit. Then when things started coming in together, and that's what happened. I put 3 damn songs on record today. I done recorded 2 verses and a song today.
When individuals be preaching that heaven's above and all that stuff, man, it'd be really sad to see how a lot of those be preaching those heavens above. And then they be the same individuals who be thinking so dang small. And I'm like, but you're the main one preaching about heavens above. Like, for real. So if you're preaching about heavens above, you're supposed to always be speaking a lot of soulful vibrational goodness into another soul being's existence. So that soulful vibrational being can actually get a super big home, or, be able to pursue and be able to achieve whatever that soul being desires to pursue and create into their existence and their soulful vibrational realities in this multiverse, man. Because let me tell you something, I've known a lot of these so-called woke people who preach all that heavens above stuff, but they always think so negative when their bills come up, when these woke people, these woke religious folks see their bills come up, man, and they be like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to live in this place no more, man. I'm gonna try to go moving in something smaller. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, man, why not be thinking big and dream big like you always have when you follow your so-called, spirituality? It's crazy because like me, I'm not a woke religious person, but I never dream small whatsoever. I always dream big. Being around palm trees, around a lot of soulful vibrational beings, living in a big home. That's how I think, man. That's how I think compared to most individuals that I might have known since I was a child. You know what I'm saying? Most people I've known since I was a child, majority of them did not really relate to me because I dream big and they dream small, which is why they always receive small. And me, I dream big beyond comprehension, which means they couldn't relate. So I'm like, man, like a lot of soul beings, they definitely had to come together about that. And the thing about that word heaven is interesting because the word heaven has the word Eve in it, like Eve from the garden that ate the bad apple. It's crazy because Eve rhymes with evil and shit, man. And I'm like, dang, man, a lot of shit is so damn slick these days with these so-called word spells and stuff, man. So I always be interested to always improve a lot of my soulful vibrational frequencies to bring a lot of good upon myself and to other soul beings when I do, speak to them and stuff, because it's definitely highly important, because it's definitely important to speaking good upon yourself, but it's definitely even more important speaking good upon other soulful vibrational beings that do exist besides yourself. So it's like, man, and that's another reason of so many infinite soulful vibrational seasons why I said, like, a lot of soul beings just need to start speaking good upon other soul beings' existence. Because when you had brought up the thing about, have you ever closed your mind to open up your eyes, that relates about the all-seeing mind, heart, and soul eye powers that we soul beings have, man. Because that's the reason why my name, Jewels, Uniminds, Unihearts, Unisouls, of the angel number multiverse cosmos, of all infinite alternate timeline powers of the soul beings. That's the reason why I brought this message out, man. Because it comes from the intuition of all-seeing Unimind, Uniheart, Unisouls of universal, multiversal, alternate timeline, soulful vibrational being powers of ultratarian soul powers. You feel me?
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that as far as dreaming big and not limiting your self. And you're right, people they don't truly believe in what they speak. A lot of people just talk just because it sounds good, or they want to act like they're some sanctified religious person, Christian, that can speak happy, but then happy and prestigious, and present themselves in this manner that they've got it all figured out. So I could never play that role. So instead of pretending, what I didn't know, I would learn. What I had trouble learning, I would research and study. You get what I'm saying? Until I figured it out for myself. I would talk to people, listen to people, read and, look into it, go deeper, question myself, question what I see happening right in front of me. You could read a book all damn day, but if you're not paying attention to what's going on around you, the fuck you reading? If you ain't reading what's going on right in front of you, what is you reading? Because the only thing a book is supposed to do is confirm what you already know. Because and confirmation is saying whoever wrote that book did the study. You look at their resources and how they worded or presented their information. This is what I look and see. I don't read everybody's books. I don't care what you got to say, because the same way you found out what you found out, I could find out too. I could find out by doing research and study on the topic. So I don't really need to read your book. I read your book to see if what I found is in congruence with what you found. And then maybe, I can consolidate some information and gather some missing pieces that I didn't grasp, because maybe I yawned in the middle of the sentence, or goddamn, I didn't write the note down in a way to help me remember one specific thing that you captured. And your perspective and your understanding of how you perceived the information is different than mine. You may find a resource that I didn't find that confirms another resource that I have already looked into. So you understand what I'm saying? I could go on and deeper into that, but no need to do that. Point of the matter is, you got to be willing to do the work and understand. And a lot of people don't do that. They just trust what they heard one time because it sounded good. They took it like it was the best thing that they had ever heard. So if they repeat it, then it makes them sound right. So you got a lot of regurgitators out here and recorders out here that got a playback button, and that's all the hell they do. So that's why people don't like to talk to me, because I ain't have to read the damn book. I am the book. This is a very powerful conversation, and it's one that should be had across the board on a regular basis. Um, More people need to hear this type of communication, and maybe they won't feel like they're alone. You know, I felt so long that I was alone, like no one would understand me because I was trying to talk to people who were clearly not on the same frequency. Like, how can you hear what's going on one radio station when you're tuned into another one? You have to actually tune into the radio station for the music that you're trying to hear or the sounds that you're trying to hear, and if you're not tuning, then you're not getting frequencies across the board. So you must always be tuning so you can catch the frequency. That's like when you're driving down the interstate and you want to hear the radio and you're not from that area, but you're trying to tune the radio frequency to catch the radio station. Now, once you catch a radio station, 9 times out of 10, it's probably going to be country, western, which I can deal with country, but anyway, that ain't the point. Point of the matter is, it may be the news. It could be anything. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been on an interstate before. You done been on the interstate before. Well, you get the different stations, and there's always some old crazy ass shit you don't want to hear. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, you can't catch the frequency if you're not tuning. That's my point. So we must stay tuned in and listen for what sounds familiar in your mind, heart, and soul.
And the soulful vibrational beings of the angel number multiverse, they run really strong with the connection, because rather it's a soulful vibrational being that's having a Saiyan experience or a Cerulean experience or a Palladian experience or Arcturian experience or a anthropomorphic canine, an anthropomorphic feline, an anthropomorphic fish, an anthropomorphic jellyfish, an anthropomorphic capybara, or anthropomorphic platypus, or any type of life form, from a celestial, extraterrestrial, to even like androids or reploid species off the Mega Man X series, which is full of a lot of reploid life forms. Like any soul being is having any type of alien experience, and those alien avatars, like every soul being of any alien race of the soulful vibrational realms of the multiverse, like they literally come together and speak a lot of soulful vibrational goodness into other soulful vibrational beings. So every soulful vibrational beings can continue to heal the multiverse and be able to, raise the protection and actually fight to actually get our freedom back from this soulless vibrational Jezebel demonic spirit slave owner societies and our multiverses, including the alternate timeline versions of ourselves. So I definitely think a lot of the soulful vibrational beings I haven't really met yet, and some that I did met before, that speak a lot of good unto me and actually are pushing to make sure I have a lot of soulful vibrational goodness into my journeys, including the alternate timeline versions of myself as well. So it really runs strong and really deep, for sure.
Well, I'm not familiar with all the names that you just listed. And as I was listening to you name them all, it's very intriguing. And my mind immediately takes me to the fact that I have never been on shrooms, any type of DMT or psychedelic. And I'm beginning to understand that once you cross those realms, your mind is then opened up to more information as to the existence of other beings on this planet that are either seen or unseen, sort of like magical. And I have not experienced that based on any type of psychedelic enhancements. But I am one who does see beyond what is right in front of me. And so my mind has actually been able to see as if I have been psychedelically induced, but not. I have taken myself into different corridors and learned things about my own self, my own powers. And I do understand, like at one time I was seeing shadows, and they would be crouching, and they would be harmless. They wouldn't be there to hurt me. They would stand right in the light too. That was the crazy part about it. They didn't stand in the shadows, even though they were a shadow. They crouched in the light, and I never put that together till right now. So nonetheless, I would ask them, "Why are you here?" Because I used to talk to them when I was little, and I asked when I was younger that they stop showing themselves to me because it was kind of creepy, and nobody else could see what I could see, and I didn't want people to think that I was crazy. I always knew that if the wrong people knew what I knew, or knew what I saw, that they would judge me, they would look at me differently, and they would cause harm to me and my family. So I learned how to suppress these knowings and intuitive things that I would know within myself or see beyond myself. Anyway, it feels good to have communication like this, because people just think I'm crazy, you know. She just talking mess. She don't know what she talking about. That's some crazy ass shit. Then 5 years later, some shit I done said start popping off and happening, and you looking at me like I'm a witch. Ooh, people crazy. Anyway, I don't know, but that's all I got to say.